Hey, this is Dan
And Bob
from GigaBoots.com. Welcome to GigaBoots Podcast number 85, which is September 20th, 2018. Bob, are you excited to talk about the gamer news?
I'm excited.
Or the news in gaming? Gamer
Yeah.
news, I feel like it's a very different thing. It's got a Z at the end, and it's kind of edgy just a bit. I don't know. I feel
Probably
like
too
we're
edgy,
not,
I feel.
Too edgy?
Probably.
Do you think it's like a Cheeto type of edgy, or like...
I think it wants to be Cheeto edgy, but it ends up in Slim Jim territory.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's
no,
bad.
it's bad.
That's bad. That's really bad. Hey, Bob, don't we normally start this by talking about what we've been playing lately?
Yeah, that's usually where it goes.
I'm done. What have you been playing lately?
I actually played a decent bit of the games from the guys who made Pharaoh Rebirth.
Oh, yeah. You were Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah,
Game.
Synchronicity or something. It's some weird
it's
fake.
a really weird name, but
Right.
but it's like a 2D platformer made by the people who made Pharaoh Rebirth. For those who don't know, really great Metroidvania. We enjoyed it a lot. We have a quick play from when we used to do those up on our YouTube channels, so go search for that. You should check it out. But this is good.
It was pretty neat. The only complaint I have about it is it didn't run great.
No. Yeah.
I have to wonder if window mode would have been better than full screen mode. I feel like their engine might just have a problem doing full screen. So I played that. I played another game they did, which was it was made as a tie-in for an anime Blu-ray in Japan.
I see.
It was on Konsuba. It was pretty neat. That one was trying to be a Mega Man game instead of being like a the Shin Megami one was trying to be Metroidvania again.
Mm-hmm.
Which the Shin Megami one was pretty neat. You get to play as Jack Frost and Pyro Jack, and you have like a button to switch between the two of them. And there are Ikaruga-like elements where some enemies shoot fire and others shoot ice, so you switch to one to block them.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like, this is neat stuff.
Man, if only we did quick plays, we could show people that.
Right? And then I actually, what got me interested in trying all of these is they just released a brand new game in early access on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Toho something.
Oh no, it's Toho.
Yeah, I know, it's the brand new Toho.
It's like you summoned Dre from the pit. He'll
Right.
just appear any second now.
But the art looked really cool in that, and I want to try that out. Apparently, the early access version is the first stage, and they're gonna have like 6 stages in it.
Oh, okay. Real quick on the second game, you said Konsuba.
Yeah.
Is that a like? It's very linear levels, very Mega Man.
Yeah, very linear, very Mega Man. You get to select the 3 bosses from the outset
Mm-hmm.
and tackle them one at a time.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
But it still has leveling mechanics and stuff. Strangely enough, even though it's that, it's like, oh yeah, you're leveling up and you get new abilities.
Gotcha. You've been playing anything else?
I actually managed to beat Spider-Man.
Whoa.
Right?
Bob beat a video game. You might also notice nothing went up on the channel on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not saying these things are 100% related. I'm really not. You don't edit the videos.
Yes, right.
We have tons of content recorded. But in any case, Jetpack Waffle cluing into us saying Toho and is like, did somebody say Toho? Barges down comment wall.
Right.
Here, let me adjust this. But anything else? Like, how was Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's pretty good. It has parts where you don't play as Spider-Man, and those parts are pretty bad.
Yeah.
If the game didn't have those, it'd be way better.
An hour and a half shorter.
Probably.
And that would be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's like 18 and a half hours. Boo. 20? Huh?
Right. I mean, there might even be 2 hours worth of that awful nonsense just because there's so much like, oh yeah, this is a sneaking segment where it's instant death if they see you. And it really doesn't work great. Yeah.
Those parts really did seem like a game from the prior generation. They were so jank and abrupt.
Yeah, I don't know why they felt they needed it. It's like these things have been just told in cutscenes. Just have a video that's like a couple minutes.
That would have been way better.
It would have.
Now is a great time to note that you guys can cheer us on using bits on Twitch. So if you have an Amazon account, it hooks up really easily and you can just easily cheer us on. Not saying you have to. We always have Streamlabs for donations. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think this overlay set up for any of this anyways. So
But
So
go
that.
for it.
Yeah, feel free to just give for the sake of giving. I feel like I probably played something. So let's get to the bottom of this. What did I play?
A tiny bit of those NES games on the Nintendo Switch Online.
I played less than 10 minutes of that.
Yes.
It was long enough for me to go. What?
Someone...
You made the sound. Spaceman Spiff doing gay pride flag for 1 bit. Thank you, Spaceman. The new layout is freaky. That's our faces, Ear Cow. I'm sorry. We would change it if we could, but this is it. I mean, I feel like this thing right here should maybe go up here or over there where it's a bit more apparent instead of just buried in the corner. But then when I kick my feet up like this, you know, it raises the chance that the logo might cover my feet and no one will notice. Now that I've drawn attention to it, they'll notice.
They'll definitely notice.
I'm going to have to get a fake CRT bezel.
You're wearing Sonic, or you're wearing socks at least, right? Oh, no.
I need to get fake CRT corners to stick over the edges. What else? I only have 2 bits from watching an ad. I don't want to blow it all at once. It's great. Those noodles are gonna get stale. No, I checked this last podcast, you know?
I mean, they're ramen
good.
noodles, guys.
They're good for... this one's actually open. Literally cut open, so...
Well, that one's ruined, but that's fine. It was never good.
But it was good until April of next year before it was ruined. So there's that. But yeah, no, those NES games. Oh, we got one. Oh man, now Shadow of the Darkness and Spaceman Spiffer tied for first place, highest donations for 1 bit each.
Nice.
Oh, it's the forward angle that's throwing them off. So used to the 3/4 angle. Yeah, I know. The front is brutal. It's you gotta cut it half and half, you know? Get half front, half side. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I mean you played some Overwatch again, I guess. Didn't you? Wasn't that?
I think that was a bit further ago than the last podcast. Because if you recall, Vox showed up. Oh man, now X-Todd's also tied, man. But Vox showed up for one live stream to talk about how someone was toxic about her friend that played with us. And then that's when I
thought you played some on your own.
Yeah, I did. I thought that was before that, but now that you're mentioning it, I was like, maybe it was after that Mega Maker Live.
Right.
But yeah, I played a ton of Overwatch and only lost 1 match. Solo queuing can work if the people you normally queue with. Fox is live right now. She'll never see this, right? I could just say whatever. Dan, didn't you play a certain game called Zelda 2? That's true. I avenged my youth this last Sunday, beating Zelda 2 with the help of Vox.
Impressive.
That was yet another fun adventure in advice versus mathematics versus skill level. Of Dan, don't invest in the life upgrade. That'll make it that much harder to get your Uber level cheese from the gems at the end of each temple. And I'm like, not if I fucking die constantly. And I, instead of making that argument, I sat back and just proved my case by fucking dying constantly. But yeah, that was really fun. Beating Zelda 2 felt great. If you guys haven't seen it, the archive's up on YouTube. We always thought about doing like a more edited version of that show, so I'm curious what people would think about that. Feel free to share. With the help of Fox, you're calling the help. Dan, you're a generous man. No, like that last tempo would have taken a fucking hour by itself. And that's just the most basic help she gave. Oh my god. 2. We have 2 bits.
Whoa. This time with a dog face.
It's all right. It's all right. I wonder if I need to make that sound quieter in the future, but I'll worry about that later.
Right.
What else? Let's see. Would you still do the live stream and make a shorter video of the highlights? I think that was the idea. We would do the live stream and then do a highly edited version, because the original concept for the show was kind of more of a Game Center CX format. But, working a full-time job, it's basically impossible to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk about those NES games that came with Nintendo Switch Online.
It's a good name.
Ghosts and Goblins is a piece of shit.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I didn't really have a concept of something being a piece of shit. I just had the concept of I didn't enjoy it, which could be hinged on many things.
Right.
Bad music, bad gameplay. But like, even like, see how I just called it bad gameplay? I wouldn't do that as a kid. That's not really how I conceptualize things that I engaged with. You know, my parents aren't critical consumers of media. So as a kid, the concept of being critical of media would never occurred to me. So Ghosty Goblins kicked my ass. So I didn't enjoy playing it. Was like I'm just like, okay, we're not going to play. But no, going back and playing it, just even for a minute.
Yeah.
On the Nintendo Switch Online. I was like, man, this game's a fucking turd. Like, the arcade version has to be better. It runs at like 30 frames per second. Objects on the map update every other frame. So, like, you have as the screen scrolls.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
someday I want to beat that game, but I feel like I could do better with, like, a MAME emulation of the arcade version.
Right, I feel like there's lots of versions of that game. Going through the NES one, probably not ideal.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I kind of want, like, the original version.
Okay.
You know, not Daima Kaimura or the later ones. Or the PSP one. You know, the PSP one's actually handled by the original guy?
Weird.
Yeah, he came back for that. He left Capcom a long time ago. Long time ago.
Yeah, I wanted to play more of that PSP one just because it was
really solid. Highly regarded. Lots of people really respect that version. But yeah. So I played that and then I jumped to Ice Climbers and immediately, like, back to back, and I was like, man, I always thought Ice Climbers was neat musically and gameplay-wise a little strange. But playing it back-to-back with Ghosts and Goblins, I thought about an alternative universe childhood where I had that game instead of Ghosts and Goblins, and I was like, that's a happier kid. That's a way happier kid. Because I used cheat codes once to, like, the level select to get to the end of Ghosts and Goblins, and I beat it, and it was like, do it again, and I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
And that took work. I didn't have a Game Genie on my NES like some people.
Hey. What of it?
I beat Zelda 1 with my brother. And also our Game Genie.
I mean, that happened too, but I feel like we beat it legit as well.
Sure.
We never beat Zelda 2. That just didn't happen.
That just didn't happen. Well, there you go. I'm more of a Chad than you and your brother combined, evidently.
I guess.
Or at least 8-year-old you and your brother combined, which makes me feel less impressive.
A little.
It's basically being like, I could beat up those two kids in a trench coat pretending they're an adult. Which, you know, oh, good job. What a hero.
What a hero.
Why would you do such a brave and courageous thing? But yeah, we have a lot of... Damn, that must have taken arm strength. What? Whatever. In any case,
yeah, I also played a little bit of Dragon Quest XI.
Oh, yeah.
Which is that game still
Which
going
talks
well?
about the Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, the Lords of Shadow, or the Lord of Shadow.
There's an S at the
Lord
end
of
of what?
Shadows, I think.
Lord of Shadows, not Lords of Shadow.
Right. It's like, oh no.
But yes, Vincent Adultman, of course, being the ultimate execution of that concept of two kids in a trench coat. BoJack Horseman.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's pretty good. It was pretty good. You beat Zelda with your brother. He did, not me.
Right.
I watched my brother beat Final Fantasy IV, and then one time my parents are like, "Fuck you, you're grounded, Steve. You can't play anything." And he's like, "Oh shit." Dan, hold this controller and pretend you're playing. I'll have player one's controller under this blanket. And I was like, that's a real story. It worked.
Swindlers.
It fucking worked.
I'm sure.
It was really damn easy. Getting shit past my parents, really damn easy. They are so lucky that neither of us got into, like, really bad shit, because it would have been fucking simple. But oh well. What else I've been playing? I feel like I played something else. Well, I guess I could just do the production roundup. We ordered the lens we need in order to do I ordered the lens we needed in order to do 4K Cats and a lot of the Mighty Number 9 live action stuff, and honestly it'd be great for our unboxing stuff. So I ordered that and the adapter for it. Bob and I had hours-long conversations to figure out our upgrade path for our current camera and other stuff. So that's kind of why no video went up on Monday. You know, it's been a lot of like, we need to answer all these hard to answer questions now, so that way I don't have to stress out about this. Admittedly, that night that I did that, I only got 3 hours of sleep. So I definitely stressed my body out over that and stressed myself by doing countless hours of research. It's not easy.
No.
You know what would have made it easy, though, is if Panasonic made some micro Four Thirds lenses that didn't use tap to wire or tap to wire focus. Holy shit, X-Todd giving us our first 100 bits.
100 bit, Jesus.
That's like $1, I think.
Is that how that works out?
Okay. But it looks like a huge number, doesn't it?
It does look pretty big. And it's definitely way bigger than one.
I'm more impressed with that than a single dollar super chat, that's for sure. That makes sense. Because that's 100. Wow, that's a lot of muns. But yeah, no, that lens and adapter it's bad. It's bad. It's an amazing lens, and it's really gonna make everything look great. It'll make 4K cats, even though our new camera is gonna have a lower resolution and a little bit less dynamic range. It's gonna make it look so much better than the fucking footage from 4K cats, just because it has optic image stabilization, and we're gonna be able to color grade and stuff like that. And we'll have something to preview on, you know, a 4K display, because we did 4K cats just shooting in the dark. But yeah, it's for more than 4K cats. And it just makes all of our lives easier. What else? I feel like there was something else production wise, but maybe not.
Oh, that was the main thing.
I think that was the main thing, because oh god.
Yeah.
Oh lord. Oh lord. But I have been playing another game, Bob.
What's that?
Keeping up with the news.
Pretty good.
It's an alright game. I tend to play it every now and again. We have some Nintendo Direct news we didn't get to cover because it happened right after last week's show.
Yeah.
This week's show happening right as TGS is starting.
Yes, but at least we have some TGS news, because they kicked it off and there's already stuff.
They got this party started?
Yes.
And you're absolutely crazy about it?
Uh-huh.
And then when you watched the trailer, you said jackpot?
Sure. You got any more?
It was so good that it caused your senses to go on a rebellion? You liked the news? This isn't a pun anymore. I'm just
okay. I was like, is he gonna try and get an Ebony and Ivy pun in here? I don't know how he's gonna do it.
The only thing that could top this one's so good I'm gonna turn off the music. The only thing that could top the trailer overall was the stinger at the end.
Yes. God, get me out of here. Oh, okay, Dan, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. We can move to the news.
So Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct last week.
Well, really?
Game Freak's apparently announced a new game called Town.
Yes.
The entire story takes place in a single town, and the player fights invading monsters in strategic battles. What sort of strategic battles did it?
They were super vague about it. They're like, it'll involve use of other town folk and structures and the shape of the town. And it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm really curious. Hopefully it has like town building mechanics and things like that, because that could be really neat.
Oh yeah, it would be like another game that took place all in one town. Azure Dreams. Bob, you've played that, right?
Wasn't that going to a dungeon next to the town, though?
No, it's a tower in the middle of the town.
Okay, but that's still like a dungeon.
Oh.
A tower in the middle of the town is basically... This is them defending a town.
You're defending the town by shutting down the fucking tower. You're shutting it down.
Do you get to arrange the town or anything like that?
Yeah, you get to upgrade.
Upgrade
it?
Things. Like, do you get to, like, place things?
Invest. You get to place some things.
Okay.
Some things are already there, but you get to place some things.
All right. Yes. I'll believe it.
Like, you go in your shed and you place your monster in the storage thing.
That is not.
Okay, well...
Do you get to range the town at all?
I'm pretty sure you get to. I'm pretty sure some things you get to put down. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. All right.
So, Game Freak's announced a knockoff of Azure Dreams. Moving on. Nintendo's selling NES-style Switch controllers, but you can only buy them if you have Nintendo Switch Online membership.
No, Dan. Paid Nintendo Switch Online membership.
Sorry, yes. Sorry, everyone.
And you only get one per family plan, so don't even ask about it.
So, Mr. Feel will know you're here watching if you over this news. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is announced for the Switch. It includes, thank God, it would be terrible if it didn't. The new Super Luigi U.
Yes.
Which was the Year of Luigi update.
Right.
Which
or upgrade.
It was like an upgrade. It was like DLC.
The DLC that they sold on a disc separate as well. And
yeah, I think they did both.
Yeah,
I think it was DLC and then it was also on a disc separately. And then some nightmare called Toadette was in the trailer, and I don't know why they did that. Everything was fine, and then Toadette happened.
Yeah, Toadette was fine, and then Peachette. That's when it became weird.
Right, I'm thinking that. No, Peachette is
because apparently there's a new power or crown power up. Because Toadette's already like one of the simplified characters that's invincible to a lot of stuff, and then the Peachette upgrade makes her like able to fly and stuff. It just turns her into Peach, and it's really weird.
That's really, really weird and not okay. And super not okay.
The Nintendo Wiki has like all the minor differences between Peachette and Peach, and it's like her eyes are gray, and it's strange.
Earcow's calling for the Danette and Bobette upgrades. I forgot to mention this on the NES thing. Just jumping back to that bit of news for a second. The reason you only get to buy those if you have that membership is it literally only works on the NES games.
Yes. Because they're just dumb.
Fuck?
I don't know. Nintendo keeps doing that sort of thing. It was like, the GameCube controllers only work on Smash Bros. For the Wii U.
Yeah.
It was like, why?
Well, for the Wii U, that made sense. These controllers are literally handshaking the exact same way as every other wireless controller.
It's true.
So here it makes 0 sense. And in fact, you can use the GameCube on any game on the Switch.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
Yeah, no, it's ludicrous.
As a part of the Nintendo Online thing launching, though, they actually they did the controller update. So now you may get better input latency out of third-party controllers and GameCube controllers. So we're going to look into that later tonight with the help of Zetsubo J from ALCon.com.
A name he definitely loves hearing.
Yes. If you want, I can impersonate the exact way he used to call himself that, but I feel like you don't want that.
No, I don't think anybody wants that.
No, people want it.
I mean, people watch it might, but nobody... especially Hail Zeon doesn't want that.
Jetpack Awful says, I may actually get that new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Didn't play it on the Wii U. Let me tell you, I fucking hated the first new Super Mario Bros. And I really didn't like the second. But the Wii U one was really fun and good. Something about it just finally was polished enough. Some part of it was like finally like executed well enough where I actually really enjoyed that one. So like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like this is a good one to jump on. No, I hated it. Its physics are wrong as shit, Prince Silvermane. I do not like the one on the DS. I've never tried the one on the 3DS. You know, because that one's called New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Right, but they just kept advertising. It was like, you get lots of coins.
Right, so I wasn't interested. That's a pretty dumb... I don't know what they were thinking with that.
But yeah, they even have like a challenge mode in the Wii U one.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's a bunch of little challenges that you need to do. That like all about learning exactly how to deal with Mario physics. Like this is good stuff.
It was good. It was a good game. It was the best one of those for sure, at very least.
And it's nice to have a classic Mario game on the Switch.
Yes, it's good to have. It's good. Well, you have Mario 1 and 3 on your Switch if you have Nintendo Online.
Now.
Yes.
Now.
But not 2. Fuck you, Mario 2. Get out. You don't get to be in Mario Maker or the Nintendo Switch Online. The fuck's with that?
I don't know.
I mean, Mario Maker I sort of understand because the physics deviates so much from all the rest. But I would like to make Mario 2 levels more than I would like to make normal Mario levels.
That's fair.
Because you can dig through the sand and do many other things that you can't.
You'd have to have like a wholly different mode for that.
I'd be thrilled.
Different.
I'd be thrilled.
Yeah, no,
if that's what they're adding for the Switch one, I'm buying it. Day one. If they're not adding that, I'm going to stare at it and be like, I'm not sure we should open this box. That's basically how that would go. Moving on, Luigi Mansion 3 was announced, meaning I might have to do a Luigi Mansion 2 review like I implied or directly said was happening many years ago. More on that later. Final Fantasies are coming to the Switch. It's 7, 9, 10, 10, 2, 12, Crystal Chronicles, and World of Final Fantasy. All of those are coming to the Switch. Holy fuck. That is a huge list of announcements.
It's just like, here, I have all of them. Except 8. Nobody gets 8.
People are theorizing why 8's not in that list. I don't feel like we need to theorize. I don't feel like its lack of presence needs to have an explanation. I feel like it just might be them going, Who knows? Maybe they would pass up 7. Because, like, they all 3, 7, 8, and 9, as far as I know, have shipped PC ports back in the day.
Yes.
As far as I understand, that's
actually
the case.
Maybe 8 didn't.
I feel like it did, but I could be wrong. I really could. They also announced at the Nintendo Direct a Katamari Damacy reroll, which is like a remaster of the first one.
Yeah.
It looks nice. Even if it's just higher res, it looks really nice. Let me tell you about interlaced video games and how it sucks to play them. It sucks to play interlaced video games. Dan, did you upgrade the equipment, or is Twitch's overall quality better? It looks and sounds amazing. It helps that we don't have game audio going right now. It helps that I've tuned that for this properly, and then on top of that, we get to full screen the video feed. Also, I think though I throttled the image quality for Twitch last week by like a couple thousand kilobits per second, that this week it's 5,000 instead of last week's 3,000. So I don't know. Katamari, I'm hugely interested in. You?
Yeah, no, Katamari's great. I'm interested to see if they're adding anything that new. They are adding motion controls with the Joy-Cons. So I was like, that'll
be
right.
Funny.
It'll be awful to play, but it'll be funny.
So Kirby's Epic Yarn was announced for the 3DS. Now you have a story about this.
Kirby's extra Epic Yarn, Dan.
Okay.
Very different.
Yeah.
I was watching this Nintendo Direct with Eric.
Eric, local GigaBoots Kirby apologist.
Yes. He's like, that game's fine. Like, this is what I didn't even instigate this. He just started saying this is the trailer went up. He's like, that game's fine. I'd never play it again, but that game is fine.
I would never. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I'm like, if you never play it again, Eric, maybe it's not fine. It's like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, they add this version adds like Meta Knight and DDD as playable characters, and that like kind of neat. Like, it's neat to see them in that style, but I still never play that game because oh my god, that game's so boring.
Yeah.
Like
people are like, you need to try to collect absolutely everything in the game. That way, it's challenging, and I'm like,
no,
it shouldn't be completely flatlined on the difficulty curve before you try to do that.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, it's more like what you said. It's time consuming.
Yeah, it's like not.
That's
even,
how
like some of the Kirby games
Dream Line
are
3 is, honestly.
Right. Like I feel
and
like
64. In fact, most of them are that, where it's like the real difficulty is in collecting everything, and then you try it, and it's like, this is more like the real eating up a lot of your time, which has a strong parallel to modern games. So where is our open world Kirby game?
I just don't know. Maybe it's on the way. Maybe that's after Yoshi.
I feel like Kirby fans would be okay with that if it executed well. Like, Nintendo wouldn't release it if it was just weird, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Towers to climb. Cities to unlock.
Yeah. We got the announcement of Isabelle from Animal Crossing being in Smash. Apparently, people were upset because at first they thought it was an announcement of an Animal Crossing, and when it turned out to be Smash, they were livid.
Yeah.
I was like, what? No, it's incredible. Look at it. It's fine. It's great. It's fine. Man, you Animal Crossing fans are crazy. And then they're like, actually, there is an Animal Crossing. It's coming out next year. And that's when they lost their shit.
Right.
Because they did this number.
Yes.
They were like, woo!
But yeah, I think Isabelle will be a cool character for Smash.
I don't know what Inside Story is, do you? It's a game. It's apparently getting remade. I have no idea. We have no idea.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh, Bowser's Inside Story. Okay.
Oh, you can't.
But they announced that like a long time ago, and now it's just Wait, no, they didn't. They announced another one. They announced like
wait,
three
did they
ports.
announce? Did they announce another Mario and Luigi getting remade?
Actually, now I'm trying to remember.
Because I was like, I thought that was the one that was announced a while ago.
Yeah, it probably was announced a while ago, and
Okay.
they showed a new trailer for it.
And that explains why I didn't hear about it being in this thing. So we don't have any opinions on this series. We never played it. Maybe at some point we should give it a chance. Live, because it's an RPG. You're gonna play 1 hour of an RPG and be like, oh, I know everything. And then Nintendo Switch Online was launched in the last week, which we talked about a bit. We're all on a family plan, and the family plan was like $35 or something per year.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what Tosh said, and she's the one who signed up.
Right, she's the one who paid.
She's like, when they start charging for online, she said this multiple times, I'm quitting Splatoon cold turkey. Keep in mind, she has over 1,000 hours in Splatoon at this point, and I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good. You need to be more productive, live a positive life, not just constantly be furious at internet strangers for not being good enough at this very weird co-op mode. The weirdest horde mode in any video game ever. And then it spent less than an hour available before she bought a family plan. It was like, I'm just going to give it to everyone. So there you go. And I'm like, holy shit.
When she said that, I was like, that's good. I don't believe you. I'm sure you didn't believe her.
I'm always hopeful.
Okay.
I'm always hopeful. Someday she'll clean up, Bob, and it'll be fine. Everything will get better, but for now, we have breaking news!
What's that?
The NVIDIA RTX 2080 and 2080 Ti reviews are out. Guess what, everyone? Dan and Acidia were right. Those cards suck.
But they got 20 at the front of them.
This is here's how bad it is.
Okay.
One of the roundups of the reviews, actually no, it was a review. One of the reviews was like, if you can pick up a 1080 Ti, if you can pick up a 1080 Ti for $650, then definitely go for that. I got mine for $100 less than that because I bought it when the hype was still up for the 2080. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. It is really fucking bad.
But Dan, how much do you want to live without RTX features?
It actually doesn't matter because there isn't a single game that supports any of that at launch. That's how bad this is. NVIDIA's in a real bad spot.
Is it literally already launched?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
they didn't even want to wait till they have like Battlefield there or anything.
Battlefield got pushed. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is out, but doesn't support the RTX features. It's getting updated in the future. Not only do none of these support RTX right now, they don't support the DLSS, which is the deep learning super sampling, where it uses the machine learning in order to super sample the game. The weird thing about that tech is apparently they have to make a profile for the DLSS. The RTX, man, I guess I should have. These are GPUs. This is a new top-line GPU from NVIDIA. I thought the 2080 would have given it away, but...
Video cards for PC.
Video cards for computers. Desktops, even. RTX is real-time ray tracing.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yes!
I'm a level with you. Maybe someone super chatted via Streamlabs. Maybe they didn't. Let me check my watch. It's not going off, so it's fine.
Did we get a subscriber, maybe?
Oh, Vox subbed.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Vox. Voxandra writes in, it was me, bitch. Thank you, Voxandra. But yeah, no, it's really bad.
Oh, she hosted. Okay.
Oh, she hosted. Thank you. I didn't know I had an alert set up for hosting. I'm being hosted by someone else. The only other person I think who's done that is no, two people did it. One of them was Firehawk. I don't know who the other one was. I forgot. But Firehawk just subscribed to us with Twitch Prime, just like you can if you have Amazon Prime.
Because that gets you Twitch Prime.
It gets
you one free subscription.
In the subscription to us. Oh my God, why is it going off again? What happened now? Is more things. Dan Bob Dixon just subscribed with tier 1 sub. Thank you, Dan Bob.
Nice.
Everybody's written. Nice.
Noise.
We're going to get some emotes over here, of course. Oh my god, I can't even get through this. We're going to get some emotes over here, of course, but we don't have any set up right now. So look forward to that in time for next week's podcast. But here's how bad the NVIDIA RTX is. Now I'm getting emails. So normally what happens when a GPU generation comes out is you'll have a 1080 be as good as the last generation's 1080 Ti. Something like that. The second from the top becomes as good as last generation's absolute top, right? This time,
get out of here. I'm gonna eat your soul.
I'm just gonna go disable every song. Do you guys get something if I have YouTube Premium? Yeah, every time you watch a video. Absolutely. We get something. Dan Bob Dixon has decided he has the big Dixon and has taken role as top donator. This happened this time, but the new cards cost so much more than the old ones that they are literally coming in more expensive to buy than the thing they're equal in performance to from last generation.
Oh my god.
Because they're strapped down with features that don't work on any game yet. They consume more energy, they run hotter, and they just take up a shitload of transistors, and they're huge in your system.
I heard you just
and
turned
cost
it
more
on.
than the last gen.
I thought you just turned it on.
No, that's what
just...
devs do. Devs turn it on. You don't get to turn anything on.
Oh, no.
Only devs can turn things on.
Oh no, this is bad.
But they have to let NVIDIA watch them turn on other people. I mean things. But yeah, the deep learning super sampling has to be profiled by NVIDIA per game. So your game has to be sent, seemingly, or approved for you to... I'm going to spam rewatch the Castlevania Bridge video. Nice. You have to send that to NVIDIA to build a machine learning profile out of to even enable deep learning super sampling for your game. It's like, yeah, because, you know, I totally see like Overwatch being sent by Blizzard to NVIDIA. I don't think they care. I don't think that's happening. And at the same time, this deep learning super sampling is actually like not real image quality. It's just more procedural metadata being created by a thing smartly.
Yeah, which is always awful.
Like checkerboard rendering, just fucking terrible. Speaking of which, I would love to do a checkerboard rendering sucks dick video, but we don't have a 4K capture card for me to show it off in proper quality. But someday I'll do that. But oh boy, that NVIDIA RTX launch is even worse than I thought it was going to be, and I love that I made out like a bandit.
Right. I assume that they're having a heyday with it over Elias Tech Tips. Okay.
They basically did a video where they're like, man, you guys were really shady in how you released this. You were really shitty in what you've given people as a value. One developer, yeah, I guess I can tell that story. And Linus Tech Tips has a review of it. If you want to go watch a review, watch theirs. I'm about to tell an anecdote from it. They tried to get a developer to bring over a beta build of something. They couldn't say what developer. They were signed up for it. They're like, yeah, we'll bring it over so you can just look at RTX. Then they said they couldn't. Like a day later, they said, we can't do that. We can't explain why we can't do that. We can't talk about this at all.
Wow.
So congratulations.
RTX is ready to go.
Congratulations, everyone, for pre-ordering a video card that has features that aren't actually supported.
I can't believe they launched
in any real capacity. Yeah, I know. That's
the crazy part.
For any games, no, we haven't gotten there, but it is on the news roundup. So, hey guys, don't pre-order hardware ever. Only pre-order games if you're absolutely certain they're made by good people in advance and there's nothing sketchy about the development. Oh, also, if you're one of those people with a functional brain who can look at a trailer and tell if a game looks good or not. Because apparently a lot of people lack that ability.
All right.
A lot of people can look at a Dragon Quest XI trailer and be like, I don't know, this could be like Destiny. That was a thing. But okay, we got Red Dead Online was announced.
Yes.
Bob, tell me about this.
Red Dead Online is going to be free with Red Dead 2.
Wow, what a value.
I know. That's how they say it. The weird thing is, that they don't launch it until the next month after the game launches.
Yeah, kind of like GTA 5.
Right, like that did. And it's going to be beta at first, and they're going to add features. So,
yeah, that seems smart. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that all checks out.
I hope that's good.
Hopefully.
And I don't mean for me. I just mean for the people who like that sort of thing. I hope it is as good as GTA Online.
Because, yeah, people
love GTA Online.
And people love Red Dead. Like, they even love the old Red Dead online mode. So
Gustavo Barrios here, with the name Maverick Prime GB, says, hey, the Halo 5 trailers were incredible. Given the way the trailers were pitching themselves and the storyline they were supposed to be picking up, I was really concerned about that game coming in. Especially since 4 was... But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about gaming news.
That's right.
THQ Nordic acquires Alone in the Dark and Active War IPs. Bob, I have to ask you, what the fuck is Active War?
It's some strategy game I've never heard of. But it's apparently an IP that's been going on a long time.
THQ Nordic, you get out there. You do your thing. You hustle. They got that Time Splitters IP. I want to see a Time Splitters game.
Right? I'm worried.
Unless you do something absolutely moronic, I will be there. I will be there for you.
I wonder if they want to release Alone in the Dark like the last one they made. Like, or the last one that was made.
That would be interesting.
Because that one, from what I remember, was really bad.
Yeah. But then, like, some people really loved it.
I feel like
that's
only
weird.
One crazy person we know did.
I wasn't talking specific to people we know, and I actually don't know who we know that loved it, but I could guess.
Okay.
I could guess. Acidia says, you're giving Shadow of the Beast PS4 remaster or reboot a chance was incredible. That game, surprisingly good. You guys should check that out. I can't remember what's coming out tomorrow on the Weekly Beating. I'm usually better about this stuff.
Man. I don't know either.
It got thrown around by Blade Strangers.
Right.
Let's see. I don't know. So far, Firehawk, it hasn't sent us anything weird.
What did you do?
Minoria announced for Switch and PC. Bob, what is Minoria?
It is a spiritual successor to Momodora.
Oh, thank God. I thought it was like a small country we were going to build to put all the minorities in.
Oh, man. That'd be bad. But yeah, it's made by the same people as Momodora series. It's them trying out a 3D game. It's still 2D, but it has a cel-shaded art style and using 3D character models.
Okay, so it's 2D gameplay, 2.5D.
Yeah, 2.5D. 2.5D.
Okay, with this cel shading. Okay, that's cool. I'm interested in what a Momodora cel shaded 3D.
They released a trailer. I honestly don't like the way it looks.
Okay,
like at all. I'm worried about this game. I was super psyched when I read the news blip about it, and then I watched the trailer. I was like, that might not be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but they also announced Momodora is coming to the Switch.
Whoa. So that's on PS4 as well,
It is.
Right?
It's already on PS4.
Momodora is a pretty good game.
Yeah. The Reverie in the Moonlight.
Under the Moonlight. Rut 'em. You gotta rut 'em.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob. We're about to get in deep to this news.
Okay.
We're here at the important part for you.
So, Devil May Cry, they released the battle theme for Dante early in the day.
Yeah.
Like, probably 12 hours ago at this point, around noon or so.
Yeah.
It's, like, really, really bad metal. Like, it was really bad.
So it sounded like Metallica.
No. Oh. It was, like, I think that the genre was, like, death metal or something. And the guy screaming over it doesn't sound like you would typically think of a death metal dude.
Yeah, it's not death metal.
It's weird.
I don't know what the fuck they think it is, but it is not death metal.
Yeah, it's somewhere between like what you expect from a metal singer and some guy just literally reeing. So it was strange. It got tons and tons of dislikes. Like the thumbs down were going crazy on that video. And then a few hours after that, they found out articles that the lead singer for that was accused of sexually harassing like a underage girl last year during the whole Me Too campaign. Oh, yeah, and it seems pretty legit. Like they literally posted tons of chat stuff from him.
Cool.
And it's like
nice.
Wow.
What a cool dude.
They took that video off YouTube a few hours later.
Was it okay? So you wrote in here music video.
Yes.
Was this thing put up as a music video?
It was put up as a music video.
Kind of like the last song.
Yes, kind of like the last song. On the official Devil May Cry channel.
Right.
And
ooh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
They also released it digitally, like, on iTunes and stuff. And it's still up on that. They haven't pulled it from there or anything.
Right.
And it was still in the trailer they released a few minutes or an hour ago.
It would be funny if the production was so split between, like, the band and Capcom if they were like, we're stripping your vocals out and cutting your royalties.
Yeah, they could, because apparently it's like the song, the main song is done by this one band, and then they had the guest singer.
Oh, nice. So I should go buy that song on iTunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they could, we have enough time till launch where they could actually do that.
They could.
And
you want to have that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I want to just have, like,
God, in the worst part.
Tell me how many times you go, hey, remember when Cole McGrath looked completely different for that infamous 2 trailer?
Yes.
And then people complained, so they changed his face back into... Of course you still want to watch that infamous 2 trailer with weird, bizarro Cole McGrath who's edgy and relatable. Like, I don't...
That's true.
Yeah, of course you want to see that. But of course I want the original song.
And of course, the music video, like last time, it is live action.
Yeah.
It involves lots of shot of that guy being really creepy looking like this. And they got you, like, he's like doing almost this sort of thing.
The hand jive?
Yeah, like he's doing something like this, and it's just it just looks really, really creepy, and it got immediately turned into a meme of him being a pedophile, and it was.
Oh, this is going great.
It was going really bad.
It's going in the middle of Tokyo Game Show too. Capcom's loving this.
I'm sure.
So that's something.
Yeah. Hopefully they just cut the vocals out. Maybe they get a new song. I don't know what they can do at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Oh man.
But the cool stuff was the actual TGS trailer that came out.
I want your commentary on this, Bob. Fox says the comparison of that song to Devil Trigger is like night and day.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like a battle theme. It's not. It's super slow. Like, I saw people on the message board like saying literally, this sounds like something that play in an end credits or something, because it's just so much slower. It doesn't have energy to it at all. Like, vocals kicking in to it would just be annoying, because that guy's vocals are awful. Like, it's like, I feel like Devil May Cry 4, Dante had the worst battle theme in Devil May Cry, period. Then to do that, like, to one-up it again, is like...
Here's my theory.
What's up?
Here's my theory, and this was what I thought immediately when I saw this. I didn't know any of the drama, right? Bob just played the video, and I found, like, I was just listening to the music and just trying to take it in, because it was in the new trailer that we're about to talk about. I think the song exclusively, none of the rest of this, just the song, is designed to appeal to Devil May Cry 2 fans.
I feel like it was designed to appeal to DMC fans, maybe?
No.
No, Combat Crisis is way better.
That song doesn't really come across as like DMC2 or DMC aesthetic, you know? Like, I'm trying to think of a band I would relate it to, but I guess that would be a moot comparison because you probably haven't heard of them. But, you know, I really do think people who thought Devil May Cry 2 was cool would hear that song and be like, this song's fucking cool. What a metal badass song. And I'm not saying that to be like, the people who like Devil May Cry 2 are fucking Neanderthals. They'll like anything. I'm not trying to say it like that. I just literally have a few people in my head right now who'd probably be like, what a fucking badass theme. Who liked Devil May Cry 2. You know? And to be honest, from that angle, I was kind of into it. Would I buy the song on iTunes, listen to it ever, or even enjoy the part of the game it came into? No. But I would just be like, this is the most edgelord try-hard shit. And I just appreciate it from how stupid that is from that angle. So I can sort of see how it ended up in the game. Like, I can understand that.
Right. Vox is bringing up something of the band had a description for Dante. And I read that. I had no idea what it was actually from, but yeah, I read the description of it, and they were describing like the wisecracking, foul-mouthed Dante that was from DMC.
Oh wow, nice.
I was like, whoa, how do you screw that up? How do you get a band that doesn't even know what game they're working on?
That's most talent,
I guess.
I mean, yeah, no. You know, the classic Devil May Cry games totally had a foul mouth Dante in them.
He said naughty words like,
Showtime.
Flock off, Featherfaith.
It's true. And he even said
such a bad boy.
He even said it with the lisp. He was like, "Flock off, Featherfaith." Hey there, Mifter. It's showtime. And then the guy's like, "Ooh, that's the S word."
Showtime is the S word.
Jester's like, "Ooh." But we have other things to
there's other things to talk about other than this awful theme.
They had a full like trailer with gameplay.
Yeah, I've only been able to watch it once. I really want to watch it a lot more, absorb more of what happened in it. But we saw some new weapons. Dante was shown a lot more, so it showed him using.
We saw Dante gameplay, a lot of it. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was real nice.
Showed off new gauntlets.
We saw Devil Trigger.
Yes, he uses Devil Trigger.
We confirmed Devil Trigger,
but Nero still hasn't gone Devil Trigger. Also, his Devil Trigger for Dante looks a lot like a Devil Man sort of look. I feel.
What? I mean, yes, but
I honestly wish we could get the artist back from Devil May Cry 3. Like, I miss those Devil Triggers. They were weird, but I feel like they were really neat.
I like both. I mean, I like the direction of both. They're very different things, but I didn't see his Devil Trigger and go, man, I wish 3 was back. I saw his Devil Trigger and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about the aesthetic of the game, like visual aesthetic. Like in that aesthetic, it like makes perfect sense. And I'm like, okay, I can totally see that.
It looks a lot better than 4's. I feel like 4 looked kind of Devil May Cry 2 levels of this is weird.
I can't remember, so I'm not going to say anything. No comment. Firex says, so Bob, do you think you'll be able to finish Devil May Cry 5 without struggling in some stages where you use the Mega Buster? He'll be fine. He just probably won't jump and shoot.
When I get out of here,
just shoot.
I'm gonna eat your soul.
So we're gonna have to keep hearing that sound and wondering what it could mean. It could mean anything. It probably means someone else followed us on twitch.tv/GigaBoots, so thank you. But hey, Bob.
Hey. They also, it wasn't in the trailer, but they released a photo of Dante with the Sparta sword.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's
wow.
weird.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see.
Because normally he uses Rebellion, for those who don't keep up with that. He's using Rebellion from 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people pointed out that one of the monsters he's fighting is like some electric sword dude. And I was like, is that Alistair? Is that just straight up him?
Yeah, we're just going to hell through the door and then fighting Alistair. I guess.
And apparently the new gauntlet weapons have 2 different styles to them. So that'll be
also, the combat for the gauntlet looked way more refined than it's ever been. Like the way he's doing ground moves where he does like roundhouse kicks and rolls and does other things.
Yeah, apparently there's a mode for kicking exclusively. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Like that looks more polished than ever, and I'm really excited for that. All of the gameplay in this looked really, really damn good.
I also showed off V for the first time, who's the 3rd playable character, who looks like Kylo Ren, which is fine.
It's fine. He looks fine. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I honestly am fine with it, but I think it's hilarious.
I mean, he doesn't look like Kylo Ren because his chest isn't like.
That's true. He needs to go.
Ben Swolo, is a lot more jacked than that dude. But yes, Acidia, I noticed you followed, and yeah, that is the sound it made. So they also announced with the deluxe edition, you get some extra Devil Breakers.
Yes,
like
the Mega Buster, and just straight up,
and Pasta Breaker, which is a fork.
Yeah, no, they look great. I threw in the other names of them, but they didn't really. They were.
It's not meaningful to read them. There are 2 others though, so you get 4 total. You get alternate announcers.
Yeah, because there's a announcer
guy who's just
when
badass.
Yeah, when you hit the different style levels.
Yeah,
he'll yell at.
Yeah, I've heard it in the Euro. Shit, what's the name of the European conference for games? Gamescom.
But yeah, I'm really glad because the one that they showed off originally was kind of just the DMC guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really similar to that. So I'm excited to see what else they do with that.
Okay.
Because that's a neat thing, and there's way better fitting announcers for it.
Yeah,
for Devil May Cry.
Apparently, the Mega Man Twitter account tweeted featuring the Mega Buster from the Mega Man series with the trademark next to Mega Buster. Yes. That's pretty good.
I hope the deluxe edition has that as a sticker.
That would be the best.
It would.
It's featuring 12 different battle themes from all the way from 1 through 4.
Yeah, so that's
that's
exciting.
great.
So it's some way to turn off that new song for Dante, you know? So if it ends up still being in the game, I can just ignore it, and that'll be great.
You know. Firehawk says maybe they'll hire Gabe Newell for one of the announcers.
That would
Smoking Six Tile. That would be pretty good. Speaking of pretty good, they are selling a way to toggle every cutscene in the game to just become live action pre-viz cutscenes.
Yes,
with the
that's
actors doing
amazing.
the stunts. That one feature, the deluxe edition is bought. That is exactly what I want in my fucking video games. 110%. Like that's all I needed. It could have just been that, and I would have bought it.
You know, those things are amazing. If you haven't checked them out, you can find them for Devil May Cry 3,
yeah,
Bayonetta 1 and 2.
yeah.
Actually, 2 for sure. I'm not sure if I actually released once for 1.
I haven't seen. Well, wait. I think I saw 1 for 1.
Maybe.
It was really rough looking, but yeah, no, they're incredible.
Yeah, the Bayonetta ones are super rough because they don't have budget for those.
Yeah, no.
It's literally like a man holding up somebody and be like,
And then spinning them around.
Yes.
And them kicking lightly.
yes,
To be her kicking guns while holding a bar, and it's incredible.
yes. It's probably the best way to experience those cutscenes.
Absolutely. The fact that we can now just swap out every cutscene in the game for that version is.
I'm really hopeful that it is the real actors, like, because the bad thing about Bayonetta, they don't have enough money to pull in the actual actors to do it. It's just random stunt people for everything.
Right.
Whereas Devil May Cry 3, even, it was the actual actors just out there.
Yeah.
You see Jester in his, like, just kind of
Really
schlubby
dumb.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's good.
And then there's some sort of weird upgrade or alternative version of the motorcycle weapon you get with it,
Yeah.
which was called what? This Accelerator R or something? I forget.
I forget.
Yeah, I
Catalyst or something like that.
Cavalier R.
Okay.
And it's like this color for you gamer girls. One part of the trailer that I feel like doesn't get enough credit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, I guess we should note pre-order gets alternate color costumes.
Which weirdly, Dante's alternate color scheme is Dante. It's like, God, why? Why do you keep doing this?
In any case, the best part of the trailer, and it's very hard to notice, it goes fast, but there's a spinning wheel blade enemy, kind of like a crazy high-end boar,
Mm-hmm.
and it spins around and attacks him, and it cuts from gameplay of him fighting it to a cutscene of Dante first seeing this thing spinning in place. And then Dante leans in and shaves his face on it.
Yes, it's pretty.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, Devil May Cry. You are so Devil May Cry right now. This is ludicrous. But that was pretty great. And now we're finally through the giant-ass block of Devil May Cry 5 news. Hey, Bob, I assume you're excited.
Yes, I'm excited.
Wow.
I want to watch that trailer a lot more.
Whoa, really?
I want to.
Are you getting that game at launch?
I just don't know.
Okay. Well, no pressure. No pressure. Street Fighter 5 dojos are announced?
Yes.
What's the deal with this?
Okay, Street Fighter 5 dojos are kind of like a clan system for Street Fighter 5.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your own dojo and other people join it. And then you earn points by playing the game in different modes, just like arcade or online.
Mm-hmm.
And those upgrades or those build up your rank of your dojo.
So you're saying Guttural Steve should start his own dojo?
Yes.
And then we should get our viewers to go join his dojo.
And the weird thing is, there's also a literal stage that gives you your own dojo stage, and you get to customize it with random stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good.
You hook
That's
up your
pretty good.
your account with their online website
Yeah.
to set up all this. I think you need to use the website to actually customize the room,
Yeah.
which makes sense because, God, I'm sure strapping that into the game at this point would be insanely hard.
I mean, they couldn't strap a fully featured game into that game, as it turns out.
Right.
So, but dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I really
it's new
can't wait
stuff.
to hear if Guttural Steve's heard about this or he's getting a dojo set up. Pretty excited. PUBG was rated by the Korean game rating board for PS4.
Yeah, so that's coming, which
Oh.
everybody kind of assumed,
Whoa.
but hey, there it is.
Oh my God.
But the next thing, also rated by the Korean game rating board.
Is way more intensely awesome. Castlevania Requiem, which is apparently Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood.
Yeah, just combo pack.
So here's my theory. Here's my gaming news theory.
Okay.
I think that's going to be Dracula X Chronicles via a PSP emulator for the PS4, kind of like Parappa was.
It's possible.
They'll probably just rearrange the game a bit to make it so you can boot into all three from a menu.
Right.
You know? I'm just really, really, really excited for that because, you know, there's Konami showing that they're getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah, showing their willingness to have Castlevania be a thing.
Cydia said, I got these for watching an ad, a stupid ad. Enjoy. And he gave us 2 bits. Thank you, yes. Cydia, for giving both of us your bountiful bits. But yeah, I'm elated. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'll test the input latency.
Because that's all we ever buy things for.
We buy things for. God. We came this close to having to buy Mega Man X Legacy Collection Part 1 or Volume 1 for the Switch because the update happened. But luckily we have other games, and luckily Hail Zeon's going to help us out with that so we don't have to buy anything.
Right.
Thank God. Did you guys watch the new Robot Master reveal? The ice guy has Elsa's hair. No, and not that I would know. I didn't watch Frozen.
Right.
I mean, Frozen is all over everything, so there's a chance I could see it and be like, Elsa hair. But, you know, that's neat. Right, his name isn't Hail Zeon anymore. It's Hail Precure on Twitter. But PlayStation Classic was announced. It has 20 different games. They only mentioned 5, which is Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, and Wild Arms. It is just like the Super Nintendo Classic and NES Classic. It is just a tiny console you hook up to your TV with an HDMI and 2 little Gundam ports. Sorry, I read Firehawk's comment. 2 little controller ports that you hook your controllers into. But like they're 2 PS1 original style controllers, which means you can't get analog controls in Ridge Racer Type 4. You can't do Ape Escape. That's kind of limiting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I understand trying to get the oldest, most retro feel out of it, but then you're also packing it with Ridge Racer Type 4, which is...
And I feel like the PS1 didn't get that sort of recognition it has until the DualShock was a thing. Like when Resident Evil 2 was coming out, they did the re-release of Resident Evil 1 with DualShock support. Metal Gear Solid.
I mean, the PlayStation did really well in America, basically up front. Basically. But yeah. 5 bits, I feel you need more ramen on the desk. Well, here's the irony. I'm going to eat one of these for dinner because that's my dinner tonight. So, you know. But yeah, Firehawk saying he's predicting Metal Gear Solid and Symphony of the Night on the PlayStation Classic. I don't know if they're going to do Symphony of the Night because that pack is about to come out.
It is, but I feel like they might still do it. It might just be enough, like, diverse marketing to do it. Because they'll have the original dub on there, and they won't have the new dub.
Gustavo Barrios suggests Mega Man X4 and Symphony of the Night. And, of course, Crash Team Racing. I do wonder if Crash Team Racing or any of the... Because that's the weird thing. They announced this, and they didn't announce a single Crash or Spyro game.
Yeah.
Because Activision owns those.
Yeah, that's true. God, this thing...
It doesn't come with an AC adapter.
No.
And that's upsetting to me.
It gives you the USB cord.
So you got to find a USB port that's powered to plug it into. Technically, you could plug it into your PS4. That may provide enough power.
But then your PS4 would probably be beyond to use it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it doesn't power USB in rest mode past an hour.
Yeah.
That sucks. But it's being released on the PlayStation 1's birthday in Japan. So that's December 3rd. And that's pretty cool. Oh, that's neat. It should be neat, but it's $100.
Yeah, it's hard to be okay with this when this gen has been then be like, no, your PS Classic games don't work. We can't get PS1 emulation working on the PS4. It's just too much.
And you also have Sony executives being like, who do we even want to play PS1 games? They look so bad. You guys actually want these expensive remasters. Yeah. And it's like, that's fucking ludicrous. Yeah. Like, that's so dumb.
It's just frustrating. Like, it all comes to a head in a product like this.
But, like, at the same time, Nintendo's doing the same thing with the Switch.
They are. Yeah.
And people are okay with that. Not everyone. I mean, I'm not okay with this.
No.
Rebel Winter says, I hope it has Final Fantasy 7 and 9, but not 8.
It's important. It can't have 8.
It would be funny. I mean, it's only important if it doesn't have 8. It has the other 2. Cydia says he pre-ordered the PlayStation Classic. I take it that's why you were at GameStop today. He told me he went over to the GameStop. Me and Cydia texting each other. I'm like, hey, sweetie, what you up to? And he's like, yo, I'm at GameStop drinking my Arizona tea. I was like, ah, shit. We keep it real like that.
Yeah, that's do you just like send each other like videos back and forth? Like,
yeah, we communicate through gifts.
like,
Oh, he says he got it from Best Buy. Oh, awfully on point for Best Buy. But yeah, no, I think that's really shitty. So that's like these companies and their really shitty way of handling their legacy collections, like their legacy of games, not giving you a way to play it on your new systems, is why I'm okay with people like pirating really old stuff. Like you're giving them no way to buy PS1 games right now.
Yeah, no,
fuck you.
And all this seems crazy when Microsoft's saying like, put your Xbox original discs in our Xbox One and it plays.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, and then Microsoft, is doing such a great job with that. You know, where it's like we can go play Black in 4K.
Right.
You know, Black.
Something nobody should ever do that.
The Criterion shooter. It was really impressive, right? I heard it was really impressive. That game's impressive, right?
Yeah, that was impressive. Definitely impressive.
Still impressive, I'm sure.
Still, yeah, definitely still impressive.
But yeah, just to have a comment on the Arizona conversation. Arizona Diet Green Tea canned is the best, and the fact that it disappeared from everywhere is a crime. Not as much of a crime as Uber Monster disappearing. That makes me literally want to cry. That was the tastiest drink I've ever goddamn had, and it's gone. I didn't even care that it was like $4. Because it wasn't something you would drink all the time. Admittedly, if I worked somewhere that sold it, it may have been something I drank all the time, but that's not the point. The point was, if these fuckers would just supply it to somewhere where I can actually buy it, I would keep them in business with this one thing. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Where's input latency coming into the... When is the Doom input latency video for Doom 2016? And Firehawk says input latency doesn't matter so much on first-person shooters. Of course it does. Yeah, input latency is incredibly important. That's why Call of Duty Modern Warfare did as well as it did. Like, all the other shooters felt like shit when that came out. And, you know, Infinity Ward was smart. They were always on top of that.
Right.
They were forerunners in that whole, like, they were pioneers in input latency management. In fact, Ben Heck made their hacked up controller display to help them keep track of input latency so that way they could mitigate it. So when later studios took over, they had to stay on top of that too, to even vaguely retain the feeling of Call of Duty. But yeah, in any case. Moving on.
Yeah.
There's a sequel to Valhalla VA11 Hull-A announced. Apparently it's Nirvana with N1RV space ANN-A for the PS4, Switch, and PC. That's cool. That was hyped up by a lot of people who follow this channel.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like a ton of people said they love that game.
We did the demo of that, I believe, for Wendy Hell, and we enjoyed it. It was pretty decent writing. Probably should play that at some point, but I should probably do many things. But there's no time. That's not as huge as this next bit of news. Bob, can you?
They announced Oni-Chanbara Origin, which is the HD remake of the first two Oni-Chanbara games from the PS2.
Nice. What's it coming out on?
PS4.
Nice. That's twice as PlayStation.
Right? You can fit two of them.
Nice. I wonder how much they're going to call it.
Right. I wonder if they're even going to come to America, because this is an announcement from TGS.
Right.
So this is very much a Japan-centric announcement, but I think it's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird thing was when it came out on the PS2, that series was actually like, it wasn't called One-Chanbara as the first part of the title. It was like Value Games.
Yeah,
like,
simply 2,000
or 200, right?
I think it was 2,000. It was like 2,000 yen is what. Something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was like they made it up.
Yeah, it was just a bargain bin title.
Bargain bin title. And then since then, they sort of dropped that element of it, which is pretty great. So Bob, if it comes over, are you getting it? Or?
Probably. I mean, I like as long as it's been. I honestly wonder if they're going to overhaul the combat and stuff, because like the latest Oni-Chanbara actually felt pretty good. but a lot of them before that felt really crummy.
True.
Yeah, so I'm curious if it's cheap enough, I'll buy it. Just because
their crumminess is their aesthetic.
It's true. It is so goofy.
Speaking of so goofy, we're here to tell you about Switch Fortnite bundle, which includes 1,000 V-Bucks and the double Helix set.
Yes, which is a set of items for Fortnite, which I'm sure everyone here knows exactly what the double Helix set is. We are a Fortnite channel after all.
Right, yeah, of course. I'm just surprised they didn't try to make the bold move to charge extra.
Yeah, right,
I
for this free-to-play game.
I really did expect that, but luckily they didn't do that. It's just 300, but... When are we going to check the input latency on PlayStation VR games? We couldn't really. We would be checking the input latency of the output from the VR that goes to the TV.
Right.
Which isn't the relevant part.
Yeah.
Because it's literally impossible for us to feed an LED into the VR headset and then film the screen inside the headset to test the latency without ruining the headset by drilling a hole in it.
Yeah.
And there would be too much glare if we put it in front of the lens. What, just how insane that is?
Yeah, how crazy that is.
I mean, admittedly, what you could do, and this is insane, you could put a separator between each lens. You film wide enough, but telephoto zoomed, so that way you get the LED on the right side lens, and then you look for the response on the left side lens. But I believe the distortion, in order to get that nice wide field of view that you experience on the PlayStation VR, I mean, it's not the best, but it's decent, would distort the image so much that seeing a change other than a complete visual change of the screen would be hard.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Never. Resonance of Fate 4K/HD edition.
It's a great name.
Was announced for the PS4 and Steam.
Yeah, it comes out on October 18th, so it's pretty close. And strangely, it's being self-published by Tri-Ace. Which usually they work through Square or Sega or somebody else.
And I guess they've retained the rights on that.
I guess.
So they get to do it by themselves. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. This was one of those games we were talking about. I was glad that I wanted it to be saved from last gen.
Last gen. Yeah, last gen's a terrible thing. No game deserves that. And the only thing worse than last gen is the Wii U exclusively.
I was going to say. Assassin's Creed's probably all
Never Dead.
Never Dead.
Never Dead deserves last gen. But Never Dead was caused by the last gen. Never Dead is the most perfectly last-gen title. You got greenlit because you were high concept, but you didn't know how to execute that at all.
Yeah.
A just normal, solid game would have been better. But instead, you got greenlit because you were different.
The head came off, Dan. He rolled around. His head just rolled around.
Also, I hear that guy never dies.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for watching our live stream. We hope this podcast was pretty good. We're shutting it down. We will see you tomorrow for the weekly beating premiering live here on twitch.tv/GigaBoots. Thank you for all the subs. Thank you for the other stuff. Expect an emote in time for next podcast, hopefully. And we will see you guys then. Hopefully we'll have some TGS tidbits to cover. Have a good one. I still don't have the cool music for the fading, so I'm just boys.
This month's GigaVids were brought to you by our glorious executive producers: Vincent Poverk, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Starfalcon, Trouncing Trogdor, Spaceman Spiff, Belezra, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, and Wardonis. Thank you to all of our executive producers, and also these guys. Head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today so we can make more videos like this.